ISRO conducts first earthbound maneuver of Aditya L1 following the launch. Aditya L1 stays earthbound orbits for 16 days, during which it undergoes 5 maneuvers to gain the necessary velocity for its journey. A day after India's first solar observatory mission, which was launched, the first earthbound firing to raise the orbit of the Aditya L1, was performed on September 3. Germany once ruled world javelin. Now, as Neeraj Chopra soars, they plot a return to the top while 3 Indians finished in the top 6 at the World Athletics Championships. Just one German javelin thrower, Julian Weber, was in Budapest. The Indian expressed hawks to the 3 men who led the European country's dominance: Olympic champion Thomas Rahul, world champion Johannes Vetter and Andreas Hoffmann, to understand their sudden dip and gradual comeback. G20 Summit, PM Modi to hold bilateral meetings with Joe Biden, Emmanuel Macron, and Sheikh Hasina due to time constraints and the organization of the G20 Summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to engage in one-on-one discussions with U.S. President Biden on Friday evening, and he will hold bilateral talks with French President Emmanuel Macron after the conclusion of the high-level meetings on Sunday. How can India still qualify for Asia Cup 2023 Super 4s after Pakistan wash out India? Were all out for 266 runs and it looked a thriller was on hand in Palakkal, but rain didn't allow a single ball to be bowled in Pakistan's innings. It looked like the India vs Pakistan game would have lived up to its billing and provided a thriller on Saturday at the 2023 Asia Cup, but rain played spoil sport in Palakkal. Hardik Pandya and Ishan Kishan led an incredible recovery from India, while Pakistan's pacers led by Shaheen Afridi put their batters in all kinds of trouble. India were all out for 266 on a pitch with variable bounce, and pacers led by the recently returned Jasprit Bumrah seemed to be itching to have a go. Thousands evacuated, flights suspended as Taiwan braces for Typhoon Haikui. Around 3,000 people were evacuated and domestic flights cancelled as Taiwan on September 3 braced for the arrival of Typhoon Haikui, which is expected to bring floods and strong winds to the island's south and east. Luis Rubiales and Brij Bhushan, Spain stood by its sportswomen. Will India ever? Luis Rubiales was suspended from the post over FIF chief for planting an unwanted kiss on a Spanish footballer. Luis Rubiales, the now suspended chief of Spain's football federation RFEF, Royal Spanish Football Federation, is today his nation's villain numero uno. One moment, he was at the pinnacle of his career, as Spain's women's football team won the World Cup. The next moment, at the medal ceremony at Sydney, after the historic win, he planted an unwanted kiss on the lips of Spanish footballer Jenny Hermoso. Bodycam footage shows U.S. cop shooting, killing pregnant black woman. The officers have been placed on paid administrative leave while the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigations is investigating the incident. A bodycam video released by Ohio police in the United States shows a cop shooting a black pregnant woman as she refuses to leave the car. The incident took place on August 24 and 21-year-old Takia Young died after being shot inside her car, as per a report in the New York Post. The police officers were questioning the woman about an incident of alleged theft, the outlet further said. UK unveils plans for fitting tribute to Queen Elizabeth II. The fitting tribute to Britain's longest reigning monarch, who died in September last year aged 96 after 70 years on the throne, will be unveiled to coincide with what would have been her 100th birthday. London, the UK government announced on Sunday early-stage plans to erect a permanent memorial to the late Queen Elizabeth II, alongside a national legacy program in her honour. In 2026, parents raised concerns before Mandravia Surat, a group of around 150 parents of medical students studying in the Philippines made a representation to Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare Mansukh Mandravia in the city on Saturday. The parents raised their hands with applications at an event in Katargam. Mandravia was participating in an interactive session with doctors from the city at Smaspatidar Samaj Hall in Katargam. The parents gathered at the event. Philippines presence in UK Textile Market Limited, potential to grow. The UK and Philippines are working to strengthen their trade relations, particularly in the textile sector. UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly visited Manila to discuss the UK-Philippines enhanced partnership. UK imports only a small fraction of textiles from Philippines. From January to May 2023, UK imported apparel worth $19.908 million from Philippines.